Hey everybody, this is Blockbusters and Bootlegs, Season 2, Episode 7.
All right. We got a lot to talk about today. Lots to talk about. And I want to start off by talking to you about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Jesus loves you. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. And that is brought to you by First Presbyterian Church of Lee Summit. All right.
That's our sponsor for this week's episode.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I feel like if they went back and listened to prior episodes, they'd cut that shit real quick.
So yeah, listen, every movie, every TV show that you're ever going to want to watch is coming out here within the next 3 to 4 months. It's exciting times.
Yeah.
Very exciting times. I've been posting the shit out of some trailers on the Facebook page. And you know what bums me out? I know you guys aren't looking at the Facebook page. I know you're not.
Because it tells us.
You're not looking at the fucking Facebook page. Dude, I'm turning some quality content. Listen, I put a trailer up for the... Hopefully, what we can only fucking hope, we can only hope and pray is going to be the last Rambo movie.
Oh, God, I saw that the other day. I was like, are you kidding me?
Jesus, dude.
Just stop. Stop.
So I put the trailer up. I said, one last piece of shit. Thank God they're finally going to end this. The new... I don't know if I want to call it leaked footage. It's like a little teaser trailer for the new Star Wars film that's going to cap off the current trilogy. Let me tell you. They went back and took little bits and pieces out of all the movies, all the old ones, in the primary trilogy. I don't know. Like I put up, how do people not like this?
Nobody liked it?
No, not the post. These movies.
Oh. I thought you meant absolutely nobody liked the post.
I mean, we got a story almost 40 years in the making here. It's great. It's really exciting. So go to the Facebook page, watch that. I don't know. It's made like a 6-minute deal because they're showing clips that are like leading up to this last movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian show that's coming to the new Disney streaming platform. Those of you that don't know what the Mandalorians are, Boba Fett was a Mandalorian.
I don't know.
He's one of the bounty hunters. It's literally a show about him doing his bounty hunting shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. When they first announced that they wanted to do this show, I was kind of like, it's going to suck.
Yeah.
Because it's a show. It's not a movie. They're not going to put as much money into it. It's not going to be as good. Fuck no. The trailer looks amazing. Okay? It looks like they did a very good job, and it looks like they've been working on it for a long time. So that's another thing. But you might want to think about getting this Disney streaming thing. For one, it's all the Disney movies.
Is it?
And for two, it's all the MCU, the entire Marvel universe. Disney owns Marvel. It's all the Star Wars shit, all the movies, the shows.
Speaking of, what's the whole story on the Spider-Man deal? I didn't read much about it.
Disney presented a deal to Sony, I want to say it was 3 or 4 years ago, where they wanted to bring Spider-Man back into the MCU so they could use him in the Avenger films. The problem was, Sony was fine with doing it. It was the licensing agreement.
Yeah.
So, Disney wanted to split the agreement 50-50 with Sony. So we're going to use Spider-Man in our films. You're obviously going to make money, but we want to make money off of some of this shit you sell. And 50% of his likelihood is what they wanted.
That's what Sony wanted?
No, that's what Disney wanted.
Oh.
So Marvel wanted it. Sony was like, no. Here's what we're willing to give you. We'll let you sell Spider-Man merchandise, and you can keep the proceeds for that. And we'll give you 10% of the likelihood. So 10% of the earnings from the movie rights and shit. They agreed. That's why Spider-Man kind of came back into the MCU fray for a little bit.
Yeah.
For Captain America And then the 2 little Spider-Man movies, and then the last. He was in the Avengers, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So
He popped in Civil War, right?
Civil War. He did his 2 standalone movies, and then he did this last Avengers movie.
Yeah, he did. Infinity War.
Yeah.
And Endgame.
So now Disney tried to do it. They tried to spin it. They brought that offer back, and they said that unless Sony honors this offer, they're not going to put Spider-Man in any more of their movies. Sony said, get fucked. Because of the amount of money. I mean, I get it. I don't get it. Sony doesn't want to get fucked over on the deal. Disney's being a little greedy. It is what it is.
So is that like there might not be more Spider-Man movies?
No, they already have 2 that have already been greenlit. They're using Tom Holland for them.
Okay.
The scripts
I
are
said,
already.
God, I hope they're not going to redo Spider-Man again with a different actor.
The scripts are already written. They've already got the director. They're greenlit. They're happening. Sony even came out and said that there's nothing stopping them from making these movies.
Yeah.
They're happening. Now, where he lies in the future, because he was supposed to be a big part of the MCU future plan, is up for debate. Nobody knows. So that's your little update on what's going on with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This fucking Joker movie coming out.
I haven't watched the trailer for it yet. I need to.
You know what the problem is? You're not even looking at the Facebook page.
Dude, I don't watch the trailers.
You are on Facebook all the fucking time.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Instagram more often now than Facebook.
I'm the only one here.
I just look at trucks on Instagram. That's what I do.
Oh, you want me to start posting pictures of trucks? That'll
Sure.
get you involved
let's do it.
This Joker movie.
Let's get a Blockbusters and Bootleg sponsored Tacoma going. Tacoma build. And then that would be awesome.
That's not how this works. This isn't the Auto Trader podcast.
No, it's just a
Car and Driver podcast.
It's advertising.
For Toyota.
And for the podcast.
How's that?
Maybe we could convince Toyota to just give us a Tacoma to do the...
Dude, I can't even convince my friends to come guest star on this fucking thing. You think we're going to convince Toyota to fucking do anything with us?
I doubt it. But...
Anyway, the Joker... Ooh, it looks good. It looks real good. Joaquin Phoenix... The only reason this guy's able to play psychopaths as well as he does is because he's fucking crazy in real life. Dude's a fucking nutcase. I love it. He's a psycho. So he plays that role perfect. It's like the introduction to the Joker. So essentially what we're seeing, at least what the trailer tells us, is he's like he's a loner. He's got some mental problems. And they're just getting worse and worse. And eventually, I don't know how they're going to tie it in, but eventually he gets public to start running around and causing mass fucking chaos on his behalf. So, we'll see. There's a Breaking Bad movie coming out.
Yeah.
That drops exclusively on Netflix in the beginning of October. So very, very soon.
I never watched that whole show. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I never went through and actually watched the whole thing.
Season 1's kind of hard to get through. It's real boring, really slow.
Yeah.
And like I know a lot of people say that about a lot of shows, but that one's real fucking slow.
Yeah.
Picks up a little bit, I think, halfway through season 2. But, yeah, so that looks interesting. I'm kind of wondering why it took them so long to decide that they wanted to make this film, but what else we got going here?
Is that a little, just side note, is that a little stand deal on the back of your...
Hell yeah, brother.
That's cool.
He's looking at my phone case. I got a new phone case because my other one broke and was literally stabbing me in the hand. DC's putting out a Birds of Prey movie, separate from Suicide Squad. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be fucking good. Suicide Squad sucked.
Who's Birds of Prey?
I don't really know.
Oh.
I know Harley Quinn's part of it.
Mm.
Other than that, I don't know. It's going to suck.
Yeah.
DC can't figure it out. They can't get the formula right. DC needs to stick to making dark comic book films because those are the ones that worked for them.
They're too far behind the curve because of Marvel.
I think they could cut. Because of what?
I
Did
can't
you say
talk
Marvel?
this morning. Yeah, Marvel is what I meant to say.
I think they could catch up.
I don't know, man.
They got some good
But that's partially
They got Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman.
personal bias. I was never a huge fan of the DC characters.
They can catch up. They just need to slow it the fuck down. Like, actually make some standalone movies that explain who these characters are to people. Stop mashing 9 primary characters into one movie when we don't know the backstory of any of them, and you're trying to give us backstory in one fucking movie for all these characters.
Well, they did, I guess Aquaman came out after.
Yeah, but it wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, but I just mean as, like, they did a backstory movie. They did Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was good.
I never
Wonder
saw
Woman.
it.
Wonder Woman was good. They did well with that. And honestly, the Superman movies, in my opinion, were good.
I think I've only seen the first one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I never watched Batman versus Superman.
Justice League fucking sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Suicide Squad's shit. Jared Leto, shit. Terrible Joker. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, that was a bad choice.
Not even necessarily him playing the role.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker that they wanted. I mean, him playing the role too, let's be honest. He tries too hard to do the fucking method acting thing. He tries way too hard. It's obnoxious.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I had so far. A lot of good shit coming out.
Yeah,
I forgot about
Thursday
that.
night. I'm
I'm
stoked on that.
The new Bond film.
Yeah. What is it called?
It is. Oh. Let's see. Oh. International Man of Mystery. No Time to Die.
That's what it's called?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There's another Matrix movie in the works.
For real?
You would know that, Matt, if you checked the fucking Facebook.
I would. I'm guilty.
I posted that on August 20th.
Yeah. Dude, every time I get on Facebook, I end up going down a rabbit hole of videos. Like, I'll watch one video, and then I just start scrolling down and watching a bunch more videos in the same feed. And I'll sit there for like 30 minutes watching videos.
Speaking of which, Wish.com just put a shirt recommendation up. Smoke meth, beat whores, and hail Satan.
It's a good shirt.
And then immediately after that, they want to sell me a full bag of ecstasy.
That's all, isn't that all this shit comes over from China?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm pretty sure. I've scrolled through some of the advertisements for it. It looks like it's all knockoff shit coming over from China.
Well, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, there's some questionable stuff on there too that it doesn't have like an explanation for what it is in the name.
Is this a reusable condom?
I don't know.
What the fuck
I don't
is
know
that?
what that is.
That's a fleshlight
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure. Um, I I don't know.
Dude, I don't know what. Yeah, I've seen that too. I don't know. It looks kind of like a butt plug, but it doesn't. No, I don't. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they got some weird stuff on there.
that's real weird. I'm looking at a picture of a dog mask. There's a naked woman with a dog's
There's some
mask on.
bondage stuff going on in there.
Um,
So
yeah, dude,
I'm
Wish.com.
trying to get comfortable here.
What are you doing?
Yeah, they got some weird stuff on there.
Why are you showing me? What the fuck is that?
What is it?
Looks painful.
Dude, what?
Looks like they want to open up your urethra with it. Well, there's another fleshlight.
Yeah. And they have multiple sizes. Uh,
That's really considerate of them.
yeah.
You know.
I saw a meme for that wish.com deal that somebody ordered jack stands off of it, and it ended up being like
Yeah.
little miniature jack stands for like an RC car.
I have no tits.
A shirt that just says I have no. Yeah, that's okay. Is this like stuff that China thinks is popular in the U.S.?
Dude, I don't even fucking know.
Just like their idea of what Americans like, and it's so far off of what we actually like.
I'm just really confused by some of this. Why are you advertising so many women's panties to me? And butt plugs?
Maybe they think you're in the market for something like that.
That's a fucking meth pipe.
It just looks like a weed pipe.
That could be a meth pipe.
They think that that's legal here?
Meth?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find. There was a deal I had
So I gotta get off that.
on Facebook. It was a conspiracy theory thing. I don't know if you saw it. That there's a conspiracy that the world actually did end in 2012, and we're living in a simulation now.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was. I gotta try to find it now. Let's see here. Where's the stuff that you saved?
This is the simulation?
Events, memories, saved. Here we go. I think I saved it. Did I save it?
I don't know, did you?
God damn it. No.
Just look it up on Google. Let's chop this up. Let's talk about
All right,
this.
here. Let's look at, yeah.
Doesn't have anything to do with the films, but
Conspiracy that the world ended. I can't even spell conspiracy right.
it's a tough break, buddy.
Dude, my typing skills this morning ended. Where's autocorrect when I need it?
Dude, let me tell you about autocorrect. My fucking phone about was sleeping with the fishes yesterday.
Yeah.
I was getting so fucking pissed off with autocorrect. It was either correcting shit that was spelled right, or it wasn't correcting shit that was spelled wrong.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick of it.
I think I got it. This is on Barstool Sports.
Oh god.
It looks like it's probably the same. Way back in 2011-12. Oh, this is part of the article. I just want the conspiracy. There we go. Basically, the deal is in 2012 when CERN was doing their collider deal.
Yeah.
Or they think, and then Stephen Hawking said something about whatever particle they were trying to create could cause a black hole.
Yes.
There's a conspiracy that actually happened, and we destroyed the universe, and now we're living in a simulated multiverse type of situation.
Who put the simulation in effect?
That I don't know. Dude, I wish I had this.
If
too.
the universe
see if
was
I can find it on
destroyed, we're
Facebook
dead.
real quick. I had this idea to talk about this for a while.
There's some space movie coming out with Brad Pitt in it too.
Ad Astra.
Sure.
Yeah, I saw the commercial for it last night. It's got Liv Tyler in it. She's in every space movie for the last 10 years.
Don't wanna close my eyes.
Come on.
I don't wanna.
Sorry, everybody listening.
Asleep 'cause I
tired
miss
of me,
you, baby.
Waiting on me to do this.
Can't miss it.
Let's see here. Okay,
I don't
got it. Did the world end in 2012? And the guy says, I wanted to talk about this subject for a while now. The other day I had a random urge to look into it again and read some old stuff, just for fun. Ever since then, I've noticed other people talking about it again, but the strangest part is I cannot find anything online about it anymore. Like I said, you can find people talking about it casually or joking about it, but I cannot find any of the in-depth material I had read before. This has actually been really frustrating for me because I have nothing to refresh my memory while writing this. I've found a few things here and there. I go on, blah, 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 blah. So did the world actually end in 2012? Well, it was the year scientists at CERN, C-E-R-N, CERN. I don't know what's it stand for? Do you know?
I don't know what it stands for. I know it's that hadron collider thing.
Yeah,
where
it says
fucking rocketing particles at almost the speed of light one another.
They finally found the Higgs boson. The particle that Stephen Hawking predicted could destroy the universe, or in his own words, cause the universe to undergo a catastrophic vacuum decay. Well, what would happen if we destroyed the universe? Would we know? Maybe CERN accidentally created a black hole that sucked us in without us even noticing, and we've just been living in it. Some physicists actually believe this is possible. There's the old cliche argument that nothing has felt right since 2012, which kind of, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of crazy shit that's happened since 2012. I agree with this. Maybe it has something to do with growing up and getting older, but ever since then, it seems like the world descends more and more into chaos each day. There's some sort of calamity happening almost daily. Mass shootings only stay in the headlines for like 12 hours now. Did we all die and go to hell? I don't really believe that, but some people do. Maybe we're in a similar situation to the characters in The Good Place. Assuming that's a show. I've never seen it.
I haven't either.
Like I've said before, I think we live in a series of simulations. Perhaps the universe was destroyed by CERN and our collective consciousness was moved into a parallel universe next door. It would be almost identical if you go off of the whole multiverse deal. But in fact, there are people out there who are reporting small differences in this reality and the one they remember before 2012. This is a phenomenon often referred to as the Mandela effect, which was kind of cool. After I read this, I text my mom and asked her a bunch of questions about some of the Mandela effect stuff, and she got most of them wrong.
Yep.
Like the Berenstein Bears one. That one's a super popular one.
Yep.
Skechers, the way Skechers is spelled, the way Febreze is spelled. Looney Tunes, that one.
What about Looney Tunes?
How it's spelled.
It's L-O-O.
Right. But how's Tunes spelled?
I can't remember.
Would it be T-O-O-N-S?
I don't know.
Or T-U-N-E-S?
I want to say T-U-N-E-S.
See, I thought it was the other one, because that made more sense to me. It's a cartoon, Looney Tunes, but it's actually tunes as in, like, musical tunes.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it being that way, to be honest.
And then how JCPenney is spelled.
Penney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think it was penny as in like a money. A penny. The name comes from Nelson Mandela, who many people believe to have died in prison in the 80s. However, too many people surprised his funeral was national news in 2013.
Which doesn't make any sense because him being released from prison was like a massive news story all over the fucking world.
Was it?
And then he became the president.
Oh. See, I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it being one way or the other because I don't. Some people remember the Statue of Liberty being in a totally different location. Where's the Statue of Liberty?
It's in New York City.
What island?
I don't know the name of the island. I've been to it.
Oh. Ellis Island?
No.
Okay. See, there's a lot of people that think it's Ellis Island. My mom got that one wrong.
No, Ellis Island is where they took in all the immigrants.
Yeah, it's on Liberty Island.
Mm.
And then apparently there's a bunch of photos and stuff you can find online that like from like Google Maps or Google Earth that show weird glitches in the pictures of it being in a certain place and not being in a certain place and stuff like that. Let's see. A lot of people remember the torch. You used to be able to go up in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people remember it being closed after 9/11.
Yeah, I couldn't go in it when I went.
Yeah, it's actually been closed since, what was it? Let's see, I'm looking for the date. And I can't find it. 1916 is when it closed. You haven't been able to go up to the torch since 1916 because there was a German terrorist attack that was right before the United States entered into World War I. There was a bombing of a munitions plant, and it damaged the structure of the arm that holds the torch, and it's been closed since then.
Interesting.
Yeah. It says, so anyways, this explosion is the reason the Statue of Liberty's torch is closed to the public. It's been closed for over 100 years. There's only one problem, though. People remember going there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, a while back, there was a viral thread on 4chan posted by someone who claimed to be one of the 23 scientists at CERN responsible for creating the Mandela effect. They claimed the planet was destroyed and we were placed in a simulated world. However, the thing I thought was most interesting was that whoever this person was described reality as being like a set of Russian dolls, where there are worlds nestled within one another, or like we've talked about, simulations within simulations. The idea of simulations within simulations or a multiverse is not something new. It has been part of Eastern philosophy since the 3rd century. Imagine a multi-dimensional spider's web in the early morning covered with dewdrops, and every dewdrop contains the reflection of all the other dewdrops. And in each reflected dewdrop, the reflections of all the other dewdrops in that reflection, and so on for infinity.
This doesn't make sense, so. How would we have been moved into a parallel universe when we would have already existed in that parallel universe? That would mean that there were 2 copies of us in that parallel universe. It would also stagger the timeline events going on in the universe, because then you'd have 2 timelines running simultaneously in one universe.
Did you just shut this whole conspiracy down?
I don't know. I was just thinking out loud about it.
It says, besides the Mayans, there were some other people who predicted 2012 would be the end. One of those people was Terence McKenna. He didn't necessarily believe 2012 would be the end, but he predicted there would be some reality rearranging event.
Who the fuck is that?
I have no clue.
Oh, well, then we don't care.
Uh, he made this prediction using his time wave zero formula, which supposedly mathematically decodes the King Wen sequence of the I Ching. I sound like a fucking idiot trying to read this shit because I have no clue what any of this is. That graphs the fractal patterns of history. The graph culminates in a singularity point of infinite complexity. To better understand this concept, you can imagine a tape wrapped up in a spiral like you find inside a VHS tape. Time goes round and smaller loops until eventually it runs out.
Is that true, though?
I don't know. Is it?
How can you prove that time ever has a finite start? How can you there like we can measure what we can measure,
Yeah.
but we have no way of proving that nothing existed before all of this existed. There's no way to prove it. I mean, they can measure energy from so many billions of years ago. And I guess you could put an algorithm together to try to figure out when the end of time is going to come.
Yeah.
Based on patterns. But you can't prove that time didn't exist before we can measure it. We can't even prove that the universe is not older than what we think it is. It could be much older. We don't fucking know.
Because of the fact that it's expanding.
We have limitations on how far back we can measure.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're constantly shifting and expanding really at a rate that they think is going to eventually destroy it anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's to me that the argument of time is just kind of like, and again, I'm not a fucking scientist or nothing, but when I think about time, I'm just like, time is only relative, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like a measurement of time is only relative to what you're measuring it against or whether you're measuring it all. I mean, does time even exist?
Does it?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It says there is
To
another.
us it does, but
Yeah. Is
I
there
don't know.
another meaning to the end of time? Preston B. Nichols, a supposed whistleblower who wrote books detailing time travel experiments at the Montauk Air Force Base, claimed that they were never able to time travel past 2012 because they could find no future beyond it. According to him, there was a very abrupt wall there with nothing on the other side. Whether he's a crackpot or not, what I find interesting is he did this interview in 2014. Like it's just a strange thing to say considering you've already made it past that date, right?
I mean, to use this guy as a source,
Yeah.
I would say he's more of a crack pipe. But I mean, time travel, is it real?
Is it?
That's the problem, is you have to prove that it exists. I mean, I know theoretically they've suggested that it's possible.
Mm. Well, I mean, it's not physically possible for us, but it is possible in theory because of time being relative to where your location is.
What do you mean it's not physically possible?
Because the amount of distance you have to travel for your location and time to change relative to somebody else's in the universe is not physically possible for us to travel that distance.
Because of aging.
Yeah.
Well, you could jump.
But we don't have that capability.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if technologically... Is time travel possible? Yeah, probably. Can we do it? At this point, I don't think. I don't think so.
But yeah, I guess I wouldn't really consider that time travel. It's just
Then again,
your point in time is relative to you based on somebody else's at a different point in the universe.
well, yeah, I mean, moving into the future, yes. True time travel would allow you to go back.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Yeah.
It's future.
So, I don't know. But then again, what do we know,
Yeah.
The government hides everything from us. Jeffrey Epstein is dead now, but he's been raping fucking teenage girls on an island that every government employee and all their friends have been partaking in for fucking decades. And
I want
this
to
is
read
just
this.
now coming up. So who knows?
I want to read this one to you because you're more of a history. You know more about history than I do. It says there's also a theory floating around that we've reached the end of history. The end of history is a philosophical idea that has been talked about by such notable figures as Hegel, Marx, and most recently Francis Fukuyama. At the end of history, events still happen, but humanity has reached the end of its socio-cultural Jesus evolution. This theory has nothing to do with time travel or simulations, but rather the stagnation of human progress.
I don't buy that. I mean, as long as your species exists, you're gonna make history, and progress is inevitable. What is progress? Progress is one ideal or invention that is found to be archaic, and we move on from it to the next new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking iPhone makes progress every year.
Like twice a year.
You know what I'm saying? Like computers make progress every year. You can get a goddamn terabyte hard drive now for $40.
Yeah.
If I brought up a terabyte 15 years ago, like, man, I want to go get a terabyte hard drive. People were like, what? So
What is that?
I think people writing this shit is like with that perspective that, oh, we're done historically, we're not going to move on. They're just pandering to what's going on in the news right now. Like there's a lot of strife, a lot of real passionate feelings about some shit that really some people are questioning other people's character at this point.
And there's a lot of that part of this whole theory is there's a lot of crazy shit going on that you are like, what?
Yeah, but I could have wrote this
like
article.
That's like the Brazil's president
Yeah.
with the Amazon fires. Like people are just like,
Yeah, but I could have wrote
This
this
is
110 years ago. This article could have been written, and people would have been like, "Yeah, these are the end of times. All these countries are mobilizing against each other.
yeah, that's true.
The
They would have
Ottoman
thought World War
Empire
II.
is genociding the fucking Armenians right now. We're at war. We're blowing each other apart. World War II rolls about. We got a guy that's massacring people in Europe. We got the Japanese Empire massacring people in China. I mean,
I bet a lot of people thought Hitler was like the Antichrist.
dude, there is craziness that happens in any time period. Any time period.
Yeah.
There are shit leaders that come to power that do horrible things to people in every time period.
Yeah.
What you're seeing right now is this overwhelming rise of this nationalistic identity as Americans. And a lot of people are running with it. You know, they don't want immigrants here. They don't want, you know, if you're not fit in a certain mold, they don't want you around. We're the greatest that's ever been. And that's what you're seeing. You're just seeing nationalism running rampant right now. I don't think it's the end of times. I just think we're in a really weird fucking place in American history. A really world history.
Yeah.
You know, from our perspective, American history, we're not exposed as much to what's going on in the outside world, other than like this trade war and
The one with China.
yeah, and then like the Brexit thing kind of impacts us too because most of us, our 401ks, 25 to 30% of your 401ks are usually foreign investments.
Yeah.
So what's going on in Europe will directly impact us. But like the mass shooting in New Zealand.
There was a shooting in New Zealand.
Exactly. You knew nothing
That's
about
something
it.
bad, but
I'm not saying
I'm not a big news.
I'm
buff
not calling
either,
you
though.
out. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't directly affect us, so we don't absorb it. We don't consume it as much. So. I don't know.
I find it easier for me to just not watch the news and stuff.
I try not to. Drives you fucking crazy, man.
Right.
Drives you crazy.
Yeah, if you sit and really think about stuff like that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Even like the movies like that are hyper agenda based. Like American Sniper.
I like that movie though.
But it's just so it just gloats, or not gloats, it gushes with nationalism.
Yeah.
They want you
it
to be like,
definitely
oh,
does.
that guy's a fucking American hero, fucking, he's blowing them Muslims' heads off. Hell, fucking yeah. That's seriously what that whole fucking
Yeah,
movie is.
it is.
And it's just playing an agenda. I mean, there's a lot of movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between telling a story and embedding that agenda in it, because they did a whole lot more than just tell a story. And really, you know, can we even confirm it?
Yeah.
You know, you tell the story, but is it like that 13 Hours movie that talks about Libya? Well, we know what happened in Libya, and they did a pretty decent job showing it. You know,
I love that movie.
but an American Sniper, we don't know how many people Chris Kyle actually killed.
Yeah, a lot of didn't they say a lot of his stuff's not confirmed?
Some of it. I can't remember what portion of it. I don't want to speak out of my ass here, but
Yeah.
there were a certain number that they couldn't confirm. Regardless,
Because he was supposed to have like 2,000 kills or something like
no,
that.
it was like 162.
Oh, oh, way expanded on
Jesus
that.
Christ, dude.
That guy's a killing machine.
162.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean,
That's a lot of kills.
That's a lot of fucking dead bodies on your hands.
Yeah.
Not to say that there weren't people that did that in like world wars and shit. Because you don't know how many people you killed.
Yeah. Well,
When
and
they're
I
out
mean,
there
you can
killing
come from
people,
the
but-
other point of view is how many people did he save
Yeah.
versus how many people he killed. So,
But my whole point is like it's turbulent times.
Mm.
Turbulent times.
it absolutely is.
We got, it's being an American, very, very divisive time. Being an American,
Big
right now.
time.
And it's hard to differentiate between what's right and what's wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a
Well,
lot.
part of the
there's a
problem-
lot of fucking bullshit
That's what I
just
was
being
gonna say.
funneled out there.
Part of the problem is it's so hard to find a legitimate, unbiased source of factual information.
Yeah. So do I think history ended? No. Not at all. I think that's...
You don't think we're in a simulation?
No. Dude, if this is a simulation, I got fucked in the simulation. That's all I'm saying.
This version of
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
But
'Cause-
what if there's another version of you in a different simulation that's living it up?
Why are you making multiple simulations of me? Why am I important enough to have it?
Well, I mean, down to every minute atom would be in each simulation. It
What-
would be
Why would you want to simulate this? Who would want to simulate this?
not that I don't think. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily think that the theory is that there's somebody controlling the simulation. It's more of like a
How would it even start?
there's a set of not like an infinite set of dimensions.
That's not a simulation, though. Parallel universe theory is not. It's not a simulation.
Yeah.
You know, a simulation would be there are controls and parameters in place that are running what is
That's true.
happening to you
Yeah.
that can be manipulated.
What if we let AI take over and it placed us in a simulation?
But how? How would you take the physical world and just like that, we're no longer in the physical world now. Everything around you is imaginary, including yourself.
But then wouldn't everything around you feel real?
But how would you go from being a living, breathing physical being to no longer being a living, breathing physical being without your knowledge whatsoever?
What if they erased your memory?
Yeah, but you're dead.
What if you're not? They just transferred your consciousness into a simulation.
How?
I don't know. I didn't watch The Matrix.
It's not even about the Matrix. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Would it make sense, though?
Maybe not. You're doing a really shitty job playing devil's advocate.
How? I'm just saying that there's no way you would know for sure.
There is a way, though.
How would you know for sure if you were stuck in the simulation? The simulation is designed to keep you in the simulation.
How do you simulate free thought?
I don't know.
How do you simulate? Human emotion? We've not been able to do it with robots.
No.
Why would we be able to do it?
Where do your emotions lie within your consciousness?
What do you mean?
They are a part of your consciousness, is your emotions. So if they transferred your consciousness into a simulation, your emotions and all your free thoughts and everything would go with it.
You would have to extract my consciousness.
What if they figured that out?
They didn't.
It's AI.
No.
They're smarter than us.
No. That still doesn't explain free thought, though. I move freely as I want. I'm thinking freely as I want to.
That's how the simulation's designed.
No, it's not.
You wouldn't stay in the simulation if you didn't have that.
Well, from what you're describing, I can't get out of it.
No, because it's designed to keep you in it, to make you think that it's not a
apparently
simulation.
The rest of the world has been destroyed around me. So I've been forced into this simulation.
Everybody and everything was forced into the simulation.
So there's no way to get out of it anyway.
No.
Well, how the fuck am I going to leave?
You can't leave.
I don't have a physical body anymore.
Right.
Well, you just said I can't get out, or I'll try to get out of it.
No, I didn't say try to. I said you can't get out of it.
You said they're doing that so you don't try to get out of it.
They did it so that you wouldn't know you were in a simulation.
Doesn't make sense, man. You gonna just start fucking feed me flat Earth shit now? Is this how we explain flat Earth?
I don't think any of this shit's actually real. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
In order for a simulation to work, somebody would have to have built it.
What if
somebody's controlling it?
The AI created it when they took over the human race.
So you're telling me that you have the computing power to download any and everything that's ever existed in the physical world and reflecting it into a computer-run simulation?
Dude, I mean, I don't.
I can't even get Microsoft Outlook to work while I'm fucking trying to send an email at work. And you're telling me that we're downloading the entire known physical universe and slapping it into a fucking computer.
Maybe they thought if it worked, you would know something was wrong.
How am I moving around without my frame rate dropping here?
Because it's such an advanced simulation that it feels real.
No.
Just saying.
No. It's just not happening. It's not possible. I'm not even going to nibble on that one.
You're not?
No.
Oh.
No. Not even going to nibble a little bit.
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense to me either. But that's why I keep saying shit, because if it doesn't make any sense, then really anything you could say would be possible, because I mean, it's like your imagination, but it's fiction.
But it's not fiction to some people.
But I mean, in reality, it is. So you could say,
How do you know?
so you switch it up on me.
Now that whole that's goofy to me. The Mandela effect is interesting.
Yeah, that one is kind of weird.
But I don't absorb myself in that either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
Well, I mean, that one's fairly easy to explain away because the human memory is not reliable whatsoever.
no.
I mean, that's eyewitness
But
testimony is.
the fact that there are millions of people that believe that
Yeah, that's true.
says something.
But it would also say something to the fact that when this stuff originally happened, there's not a lot of people still alive
The Mandela effect?
that were alive. Well, like I mean, certain ones, like the World War One stuff.
There's not a lot of history about World War One. Period.
Yeah,
I mean, like there is, but when was the first time you heard anything about World War One?
okay, I don't remember.
Other than people fought in the trenches and they got trench foot.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
What do you mean?
What is trench foot?
It's like a bacterial infection on your foot.
Oh,
And they have to amputate your foot.
oh, that sucks.
It's from just mud and that nasty shit.
Yeah,
So you don't even fucking know anything about World War One.
no, I didn't pay attention in history class. The few that I took beyond high school, I had one history class that I hated the teacher. So
But that's the point with that. It's like 100 years ago. Really wasn't that long ago. But a lot of people don't fucking know anything about it.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the human memory is so unreliable. It's like eyewitness testimony, super unreliable because you only absorb certain parts of what actually happened, and then your mind inserts portions on its own to create a complete memory for you, which would differ from what actually happened because you're not able to absorb and remember every single little detail of an event.
Every time you remember something, you're rewriting that memory.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah, so it slowly changes over time.
Not necessarily changes, like you can change it, but you lose details of it.
Yeah, well,
Every
that's- yeah,
time you
that's what I mean,
rewrite it,
little
you lose
details.
details, yeah. So you're like, did that happen? Was it this way? No, Steve was there. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. So,
Yeah.
shit like that. Man, let me tell you, I'm fucking tired today, guys. Well, I'm just tired.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a little bit of a chest cold here.
Don't give it to me.
I don't think it's one of the contagious ones. I think it's like a respiratory infection. You know what I mean?
Which
It's not like a viral cold. It's just like a bacterial
thing?
infection in my chest
gotcha.
or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not either.
God. What is that on the table?
That's a piece for the nuclear thing we did.
Oh, yeah. We're building nukes up here now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What time we got here?
We're at 53.
53 minutes. Hot
Yeah.
damn.
That conspiracy, man.
Let's fill the audience in on what's going on. We're trying to have a new intro made for this thing. And I just want to say, I listened back to the last episode. Wasn't very good.
You didn't like the last one?
No. And I have a feeling this one's about to fucking shit the bed too.
Because of the 2012 conspiracy we just spent 30 minutes on.
No, I'm just real tired. Last time I was not very engaging.
Yeah. Where's your you not getting boosted? That's why.
I drank a Rooster Booster earlier.
Oh.
I don't know, man. We need to get fucking guests in here.
Yeah, we do.
I talk to you too much to make this interesting. All right, yeah, we're trying to get an intro made. That's cool. You know, we got some stickers and the new logo.
Yeah. If we start getting a little bit of or maybe we'll come up with some type of listener interaction deal we can do, and we can give out stickers and stuff.
How are we going to spread that news?
They have to listen to the podcast.
Well, how are we going to engage with them?
I mean, we got Facebook, Twitter, our email.
They're going to have to use the Facebook.
Or the email. I got the email on my phone.
Fucking nobody emails anymore unless you're at work.
Okay. Well, I mean, when did people listen to this?
Grandpa Matt.
When do people listen to the podcast while they're at work?
Yeah, I know, but
so they can just email me
they're
while
not
they're
going to send
at
you
work.
a fucking email on their work email.
Why not?
Because too much risk of outside viral infection.
From sending an email?
Dude, you never fucking know. Y'all need to just use the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Watch the trailers I post. Like my comments. Share the fucking podcast.
You
Matt.
sound so enthusiastic about this.
I'm out here doing the goddamn thing and nobody gives a shit about it.
Or on YouTube. We are on YouTube, so you can
YouTube.
comment on the
That's a good point. Have we talked about how we're on YouTube yet?
I think we mentioned it. Yeah. It's an automatic share now, so all the new episodes will be on YouTube.
Yeah. So get on there.
Comment on it. Tell us how much you hate the podcast. I
really
want to start. I want to look through them, and I just want to be able to look through and read the random people just shitting all over. I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, I'll get a guest in here next week. I'll figure something out. It's been a wild ride. My sister's been home for a month. Hannah's been gone. You know, I've had a lot of shit going on right now, so.
Yeah. Where's that hurricane gonna hit, by the way?
Fuck it, it's gonna hit head on Florida.
Oh, really?
Hell
Damn.
yeah. It's gonna hit Fort Lauderdale, or West Palm Beach head on.
It's a Category 4 now, right?
And growing. It's global warming.
That's gonna be a rough one.
Global warming.
That is one thing that, yeah, they say from global warming, the weather becomes way more erratic.
You know how rare Category 4 hurricane was 100 years ago?
Yeah. What was how strong was Katrina? What category was it?
5.
Was it a 5?
Yeah.
What about the one that hit Houston? Do you know? I don't even remember the name of that one.
I know Katrina hit Texas.
But that was mainly Louisiana.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably the same size.
Yeah.
4 or 5. It's a big ass storm. This one's gonna ride the coast.
But are we talking
They said it's gonna hit Florida.
Gulf Coast side?
No. It's gonna hit Florida and shift and go north toward North Carolina.
Oh, so it's hitting Atlantic side.
It'll probably bounce off the continent and back out to sea.
Dude, I can't. I've never been in a weather situation like a hurricane. I can't imagine what that actually looks like. I've seen the aftermath,
Yeah.
but I've never been there for when it happened.
Me either. I don't want to be either.
I don't either. I'd say that's one of the main reasons why I don't live on a coast.
I can't afford to live on a coast.
Or
Let's be
that,
honest.
yeah.
That's the real reason why we don't live
Yeah,
on the coast.
it is, yeah.
All right, well, fucking let's cap this off, man. I'm being boring today. I'm sorry.
You need to get some food and some Rooster Booster in you.
I need about 5 more hours of sleep is what I need.
Go take a nap then.
Nah, I got a bunch of shit going on today.
Oh.
But whatever.
You need to try some new pillows or something.
My pillows are fine.
Yeah, but you always sleep like shit.
I've always slept like shit.
I
My
know.
whole life. I've had many pillows.
Get you a sleep number bed.
Fuck that. My bed's not bad. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with my bed. It's my brain. It's just artificial brain they gave me when the fucking simulation
They're
took
not
over.
letting you get a good sleep in the simulation.
Yeah.
What if there's another version of you in a different dimension that sleeps like a fucking baby?
Well, good for me.
That's why you're not getting enough sleep.
Another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension.
That was good.
Thanks. All right, y'all. You know where to find us. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, YouTube, Spreaker.com. I'll get something going. We'll get something going for next week. I'll get a guest in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a Big Dilly Dog come in next week.
Yeah, we can get some promotions going since we got some stickers to give away. So
Yeah, we'll get some shit going. I'll think of something this week. We'll get some crowd interaction going. And, man, if you want to talk about something, you want us to talk about something, you want us to talk about a film, what's going on in a specific series, or just any fucking thing in general, shoot it over my way.
Yeah.
We'll chop it up. You know? Well, you want us to talk about the current state of Mongoose BMX bikes? I don't fucking know anything about that, but
Are
I'll
they
look
still
it up.
around?
Maybe.
I think it's a Walmart deal now.
Could be. Who knows? You want me to talk about gerrymandering? You want me to talk about oranges and how climate change is affecting them? Fuck, dude, I'll do it. I'll do it. You want me to talk about I don't fucking know. Scarlett Johansson's forehead in the upcoming Marvel movie she's in? Fucking we'll do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want us to talk about. We'll talk about it.
We will. We'll cover it.
So yeah. Next week we'll get a guest in. We'll get some shit going. I'll post some shit on Facebook and we'll do some giveaways and what have yous. So, thanks for listening. And we'll catch you all next week.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
See you.